my name is Kat. I'm a peer counselor with 1 semester of training working with the Department of Counseling. I'll be working under faculty supervision for the remainder of the semester, so if you'd like, you can meet with me once a week for 30 minutes. Everything you say is confidential. However, if you disclose any intentions of harming yourself, others, or if I see that you're unable to care for yourself, I will be forced to break confidentiality. You have the right to refuse treatment at any moment. Do you have any questions? What brings you in?
So I'm really stressed out because I'm always in school and I'm always busy, and I feel bad that I don't have enough time to spend with my family. I never really get to like have a conversation with my parents or anything like that. And sometimes they tell me, hey, do you want to talk for a bit? And I'm always like, no, I have to do homework. So it's very frustrating. Yeah.
So you're feeling stressed out because most of your time is being spent working on school
Right.
rather than being with your family. Can you describe to me your daily kind of routine?
So every day I'm in school, and if I'm not in school, I'm working, and I get home to sleep pretty much. And the only day I have off is on Sundays, and that's when my dad's off. And I would like to like talk to him or anything like that, but unfortunately that's my only day off to work. So it's very stressful, and I just feel bad because I never really get to see him, and I get paranoid if something happens to him. So yeah, it's very frustrating.
So it sounds like it's like an ongoing kind of routine of just school, and then whenever it's your time off, it's like you're at work, and then also on your free days, you spend it doing more school work. You mentioned that you feel like a little paranoid about your dad. Can you explain to me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I get paranoid like if something happens to him or if he gets sick or if something bad happens to him, and then I'm not around or like I regret that I never got really enough time to spend with him. So that just keeps going on in my head, and also with my mother as well. So it's like both of them, I just keep thinking, what if something happens to them and I never really had a good relationship with them because I'm always busy.
So what makes you have these kind of concerns for your parents?
I guess just that we've never been able to have a good relationship. I feel like it's just, hey, how are you? Good, that's it. I go to my room and do my work. It's not like very, we can go out or anything like that together and get to know each other more. I feel like they don't really know me as much. So it's very frustrating. Yeah.
So is it safe to assume that like you fear not being able to spend that quality time with your parents, and you blame kind of school for taking away that time?
Yeah, I do.
And when was the last time, if you can remember, that you spent quality time?
Last time, I would say usually during the holidays. But my dad usually gets home late, so it's hard for us to really spend time, but like the holidays is the most. Yeah, mostly the holidays. Yeah, we spend time with them.
And is it, what's making your schedule so hectic? I know that you said it's school and work,
Yeah.
but is there anything in particular that's making it extra or more stressful than usual?
Since I'm a senior and I had to like graduate this semester, there weren't enough classes to make my schedule look better. Everything was late, so I didn't really have an option to pick the classes the way I wanted to. So they're all like all day. I'm here all day. Then I also have work, so it's like I don't really have enough time to be with them. And then they also work as well, so it's very frustrating that I don't really have enough time to be with them.
Has any of these feelings been exchanged between you guys?
Yeah, it hasn't been exchanged. I don't know how they would react. I feel like they understand, but at the same time, I feel like they still want me to be closer to them.
And what do you think would make you not? So you are a little bit afraid of their reaction towards confronting them. Are there anything else that you would expect out of it?
I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't understand me, but at the same time, I feel like it's just awkward to approach them because they never had a relationship where we just talk about each other's feelings. So it's like very awkward for me to just say that I feel bad that we don't hang out or anything like that. Because I tried doing it once. I was like, let's go to the movies, but they were like, no, I don't want to go to the movies today. And I was like, okay, I kind of felt bad because that was the way that I was, I guess, trying to explain how I felt.
Mhm.
They like just shut me down.
And what did you do after that moment?
I felt bad, and I was like, well, fine, then I don't know what else to do. Because, like, I've tried to, like, make these times so we can do something together, but it's like every time something. I am available, they're not available, they just don't want to go anywhere.
Mhm.
But then when they want to do something with me, I can't either, so it's just frustrating.
So they reach out to you too as well?
Yeah.
It's not just a one-sided kind of thing?
Right.
And how was it before your senior year?
I would say it was the same, but now it's more because before I never really cared. I never thought about like what if they get sick or something like that. I never really cared about that. But for some reason now it's like in my head all the time. I don't know what it is.
And you don't want to have like a missed chance of being
Right.
with them?
Right.
Well, it sounds like that you're very like dedicated to work in school because you're spending a lot of your time focusing on it. What makes you so focused?
I don't know. It's just something that I'm very focused and I'm doing this for them as well because I know I'm the first to be in college in my family. So I'm very focused on doing that for them as well, but I also still feel bad because family is like very important in my culture, so that's just very difficult for me to just not be able to have a good relationship with them. Because my brother gets more time with them. He's home more often than I am. And I feel like they have a better relationship than I do. So
And what about your brother makes it that he has that time?
I guess because he gets out earlier, he's in high school, so he gets out, he's at home at like 3, so he has like way more time to talk. I always find him talking to my mom about everything, and then I kind of wish I had that relationship with her too.
And how else does that make you feel, like seeing your brother spending time that you wish you had?
It makes me feel very sad and apologetic that I don't really have time to talk to them. So it makes me kind of angry and frustrated that they have like a better relationship with my mom than I do.
What makes it seem like that it's a better relationship, even though that they spend more time together? Is there anything else a part of that?
I guess my brother's more, he talks more about his feelings than I do. I'm more like, I don't really talk about it. I think that's one of the reasons why that they're closer. And then he sometimes goes with my dad to work, so they have more relationship as well because he sees him more often, so I think that's why.
So it makes you a little sad that your brother is spending time with your parents because he's actually able to, and that you can't because
Right.
it's because of your schedule. It's not that you don't want to, it's just
Mhm.
you can't. Has anything ever been discussed between you and your brother about this, or is it just strictly focused on you and your parents?
I've never really spoken to him about it. I feel like he wouldn't care because he's my younger brother and he's just always doesn't really care about what I have to say. I don't know how I would really approach it. I haven't really thought about approaching the situation.
So kind of going back to what was said a little bit earlier, where you mentioned that you kind of fear the reaction of your parents by acknowledging this. So it kind of sounds like it's happening again with the relationship between you and your brother. So is it that same kind of fear over confrontation?
Yeah, I would say the same fear of confrontation. I just feel it would be awkward to just talk about it because we never really talk about those kinds of issues. And I don't feel like he would be able to understand because he thinks that I'm just wasting my time in school and not doing anything. Yeah.
Do you think that are any kind of upcoming opportunities to have that one-on-one time with your parents?
I would say when spring break comes, I might have more time, but then I also have essays due the week after and stuff like that, so it's gonna be a little hard for that to happen. But I'm hoping to like get some time and like speak with them and everything, but I still feel like I should approach them about this, but I'm not sure how. Because I don't want them to feel like I never had that relationship with them. Or I wouldn't want to feel that way either.
Have you made it, so it's clear to your parents that you do spend your time in school and work, and that you're very busy. Has that topic of conversation ever come up?
Not really. I mean, sometimes when they tell me to hang out with them and I tell them that I'm doing work, they do get a little upset. Like, you can't just let that slide for a bit or something like that, but I can't because it's part of my grade. So I feel like they do understand, but at the same time they don't.
What are some other ways that they've responded?
Other ways that they responded have been well, okay, she's doing her homework, we have to let her do her homework, but I feel like still, that's kind of weird. I feel like they still want me to be with them. That's why it's like annoying.
And how do you feel after you get the direct response from them?
I feel like guilty because I feel like maybe I should just let it slide and listen to what they're saying. But at the same time, it's part of my grade and I do want to graduate for them, so it's like, I don't know.
So it's like you're doing something for them, but at the same time, it's like you can't spend that time with
Right.
them, especially when it's your days off.
Right.
Do you see any kind of what's it like seeing your parents? Do you see them on a daily basis? Do you guys like run into each other, or what's it like?
I see my mother every morning before I go to school, and then I see my father usually at night when I get home, because he gets home around 12 o'clock like I do. But it's usually just hi, that's it, good night, good morning. It's never really anything else, and I always feel bad because I want it to be more, but we both don't really have enough time, neither of us, so it's just very complicated. Yeah, usually it's just very short responses, nothing really in depth, and I just feel like they don't really know me, and sometimes I feel like they don't understand what I'm doing in school, like they think it's just very easy stuff to do, but yeah.
So even between those little short run-ins with each other, that's not enough time to actually have like a full-on
Right.
conversation and share thoughts
Right.
or feelings. You mentioned that they kind of assume that school is just easy to
Right.
get through. How is it actually going?
It's actually very hard, keeping up with school and keeping up with work. But they don't seem to really I don't know, I feel like they do understand, but at the same time they don't understand. They think that it's a little easy. And they say that why does it take me so long to do an essay or this and that? Since I never went to college really here, they don't really understand, I guess, how it is. And they compare me to other people and stuff like that, so it's just very difficult.
So because they're like comparing me to other people, and because that they don't really understand the full-on experience of being a senior student, what kind of feelings come out of that from you? Of like your parents just assuming that it's easy, or that they just can't, that they're not understanding.
I guess I get frustrated and annoyed because I feel like they should understand, and I don't know how to really explain to them, because they kind of just laugh and just think that it's not really that serious. I don't know, they assume that it's easy, but it's really not. So I just get very frustrated and angry with them. And then I have my brother also who does the same thing.
Does the same thing.
Like, he just doesn't think it's as difficult as I make it seem.
And it's because of their lack of, I guess, awareness
Right.
to the whole college